All right, so recently I had a viewer of my content reach out to me and asked if I did character reviews. Um, Answer is no. I mean not a character review, a roster review. I do character reviews all the time, kind of with the kit reveals and stuff. Oops. But yeah, roster reviews. No, never have. I don't know. No one's ever asked before, and I'm not gonna just randomly choose someone and be like, I'm gonna take a look at your roster, like in my guild or anything. So I said, first off, thanks for checking out my content, because yeah, it's cool. Like, this is pretty awesome. I got a random message from someone based on my videos. It's kind of cool. And I said, no, I never have, but I could do yours if you'd like. So he said, that'd be nice. Also, keep up the good work. So that's what I guess I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a look at this guy's roster and just kind of, I don't know, say what I think. I mean, before we get into that, I just want to say, like, one, I'm not very good at strategy, so I might take a look at it and think one thing, but somebody else could see it and be like, nah, man, you're totally wrong. This is, great, or no, this is terrible. Why'd you say it was good? I don't know. I'm just saying what I think. Also, I don't really exactly know what the expectation is for my review, so I'm just gonna kind of look at it and just say what I think. So maybe it won't even be the right kind of review that this guy wants, but let's try it anyways. So I am in my friends list, which, half of these people I don't actually know. That just half of them are accidents. Like, when I ask you, do you want to send them an ally request? And I say yes, and I'm like, God damn it, I don't want yes. But here's my boy. It's DJ. So let's take a look at what we got going on. Okay, first off, so look at this. Chromium 2. Chromium 2 is kind of low, right? Alright. So that makes me think when I... wow, I'm stumbling here. I don't know what to say. So let me back up a little bit. I haven't looked at this guy's roster at all yet. This is my first time checking it out. I figured I'd kind of do this like raw for the video. So first thing I see is his rank 11. What the F is going on there? Jeez. That's pretty solid. I don't think I've ever gotten that low. The best I've gotten down to is like maybe what I'm at now. I think I'm sitting at like 38. Jeez, 11? Good for you. Wish I could get that low. But then I look at the team over here, 551. So it's like a Jabba team, but without Jabba. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's working towards farming Jabba, but why? What's going on? And then I see the Chromium 2, and I'm like, Chromium 2 is pretty low, actually. So that makes me think maybe he's like a newer player. Not super new, but, somewhere like, I don't know, 4 or 5 million GP type of newer. Because I've always been a Rhodium, and that's, or however you say that, which is one down from Kyber. And then, where does Chromium sit? That's like next, under a Rhodium, right? And then underneath that, it's like Bronzium or something. I don't know. So let's just check out this roster, though. So, yeah, like I said, 4 or 5 million. He's at 4.126 million, so I was pretty much spot on. So a quick review of this roster is not bad, actually. It's got a decent amount of relic characters for only being 4 million GP. That's pretty good. I mean, in my second account, I think I'm also around 4 million GP, and I have like 2 relic characters. I mean, granted, the purposes of my second account weren't really to beef up my teams. It was to, make like beginning strategy guides and stuff, but still. So, quite a bit of relic characters. That's solid. I mean, that's the way to go. If you're going to be a newer player at 4 million GP, you might as well try to get your roster as stacked as you can. Then you have a better chance in Grand Arena and all that. So let's take a deeper look at it. First off, you have 1 GL. Good for you. Let me just double check that. Maybe you got a new one that you just unlocked. Galactic Legend. What? Oh, Galactic Republic. Duh, because Galactic Legend's up here. Yep, just the 1 GL. Alright, so I'll say this. First off, you have the Ultimate 2, so you have him pretty solid. If that's going to be your only GL, though, especially for now, you might want to try to just get them all the way. I mean, I see you have a couple, actually, you got a few Relic 8 characters. You got Admiral Piet, you got Boba, and you got Han. So at least get C to Relic 8, if not Relic 9. I know Relic 9 gets a lot more challenging with needing the droid brain parts and all that crap, but still. Second thing, though, I would say is, I mean, a GL is a GL, so I'll give you that. But at the same time, C is one of the worst GLs in the game. Like, on paper, he sounds awesome, especially once he goes ultimate, then he does that big move and it fries everyone and insta-kills them, but overall, he's pretty terrible. I mean, almost everything can easily beat him. I think the only thing that he can easily beat is, Master Luke. That's like the only thing. So, what I would have gone after first, which I actually did go after first, well, then again, there was only 2 options during those days, but still, is SLKR. Supreme Leader Kylo. One, he's very versatile. He's very good. He's someone that you can rely on forever. I always fall back on Kylo whenever I'm stuck anywhere. I'm like, I don't know what to use. We'll just throw Kylo in there. He'll be able to handle this, and he does. He also can hold his own against a lot of GL still. He can easily beat C. I've probably gone up against 250 battles in Squad Arena versus C, and I've won all of them except for like 4. Easily demolishes a C team. He has potential to defeat Jabba. I know this because I'm using Jabba in my Squad Arena right now, and I just fucking lost the other day to a Kylo team, which really, side note, just really aggravated me because I know my Kylo would probably never win, but this one did. It wasn't even full auto. But anyways, so we can beat Jabba, which is a newer, upper tier GL. He has potential to beat Rey. Granted, Rey and him are kind of on the same level, so it's almost like a coin toss who will win, but, the potential's there. He also can beat Master Luke. Again, they're on the same level. Master Luke has a high rate of success of beating Kylo, but if you play your cards right, Kylo can pull through. So Kylo has a lot. Like I said, C really only has Jedi Master Luke that he can beat. And I feel like, quite possibly, maybe you're not even using him in Squad Arena because he was just disappointing and you got frustrated, and that's why you put your Hut Cartel Boosh team in there. But yeah, so good for you that you have a GL, especially at only 4 million GP. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you got this guy when you're still in the 3 millions. Like, that's solid. But I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, Kylo is a better option to go after. I think Kylo's requirements are a lot easier as well. A lot of it is characters that you can farm just on the hard nodes. I don't remember C's requirements. It's been a while since I had to unlock them, but I'm pretty sure there's something that was mildly a pain in the butt. Where Kylo, I think Kylo's most pain in the butt is like the one ship that you gotta have. And maybe Veteran Han, because nobody really works on him, so you'd have to go out of your way to farm Veteran Han. But if you're farming all the rest anyways, what difference does that make? So anyways, getting off of C, let's look at the rest of these guys. You do have a few Omicrons, so that's pretty cool for you too. Sidious is Omicron, that would be great with C, so that's a good option, that makes sense. Boosh is Omicron, Chrysanthem's Omicron, and Skiffguard's Omicron. Those are all decent, but I feel like you need to have Jabba for them to really matter. Otherwise, they're just kind of random at this point. Yeah, they still hold value. Obviously, it's an Omicron, but I feel like they're better with Jabba. Like, I put all these Omicrons on, but because I have Jabba, so I'm trying to, like, maximize my team. Exactly, though, what is Boosh's again? I don't remember. Hers is, in raids. Oh, yeah, she's got that weird random one. Okay, so maybe that could be decent. I don't know what kind of raids your guild is doing. I know, like, the raids my guild does. We're doing, the speeder bike one, so I don't know what kind of raids you're doing, but that actually could help out quite a bit. Your Grand Arena team in a raid with her Omicron, that actually could be solid. Another one that's super solid right here is Wampa. Wampa is great in Grand Arenas, but you gotta beef him up more. I mean, 1, he's only Relic 3. I know that was a min requirement probably for C, right? But definitely get him to 7, maybe even Relic 8. And yeah, you'll be flying through, tearing up Grand Arena. Insider tip, I guess you could say, he's fantastic against a General Grievous led squad. every time I go to Grand Arena, if there's a Grievous squad, I just put Wampa and he tears them right up. They don't even affect Wampa at all. Sometimes I feel like it's a waste because Grievous squads aren't the strongest, and maybe it'd be nice to use Wampa against something more powerful, but I know it's going to be a guaranteed win and I'm going to get max banners, so... Also, make sure you get his Zeta on there. I don't know, it doesn't really tell me right here what it does, but you want him to be as maxed out as possible, especially in Grand Arena, so having the second Zeta on there will not hurt. Let's see. Ooh, Savage's Omicron's pretty decent too. Good choice there. Again, you gotta beef him up though. Relic 1 is not nearly enough. I mean, you probably are working on him. I'm just saying. You asked, I'm just doing the review. But, yeah, Relic 1, definitely get him to Relic 7. There's been, I personally haven't been able to do this, but I've seen a video from Arnold, actually, Arnold T101, where he was experimenting with the Omicron on Savage. And he did Savage solo versus an entire C team, and he actually almost won. It got down to the wire. It was Savage versus C. They both got down to very low health, but C was able to pull through at the last minute. But it was super close. Savage almost soloed an entire C team. Like, that's a pretty good Omicron. So, but yeah, he definitely needs to be much more juicy than just Relic 1. What else we got going on? Ooh, Jordica's Omicron. That's pretty decent. You know, my guild's always all about that for territory wars. Chief Chirpa's is actually pretty good too. My Ewoks, I've gone up against teams that they have no business winning against, and they tear it up. What did I go up against the other day? It was the most ridiculous team. I didn't think I was going to win, but I was running out of teams, so I just used them, and they tore it up. It was like a Mandalorian team led by Maul or something, and I was like, I'm not going to win. And then we did, and I'm like, okay, it's weird, but I'll take it. Again, though, in order for it to really shine, you do need to get them stronger, and you got to have surrounding Ewoks that are beefy enough, too. I mean, I don't know what else you got going on. Yeah, so the rest of your Ewoks aren't not really where they need to be, and you definitely need to have Nisa. Nisa helps out a lot. Her uniques benefit the whole squad, so... But it's something to keep in mind moving forward. You know, you still got plenty of time to grow and everything. What else we got going on? Qui-Gon. Man, Qui-Gon, his Omicron and Zeta are both weird. Because on the surface, they're super solid, but then, like, they just, I don't know, they fall off. Like, I remember when Zetas first came out, first Zeta everybody was doing was Qui-Gon, and it was pretty good. But then other Zetas came out, and then he just kind of faded into obscurity. Same as Omicrons. This Omicron, on paper, is super awesome, and some characters are a pain in the cock, like Jedi Knight Anakin. Ugh. Once you defeat Qui-Gon, Anakin's a bomb. But it's like, there's not too many Jedi that are like high offense like him, so it almost doesn't work as well as you would hope it would. It's like you need to have this Anakin's stats and Qui-Gon's stats be super high. That way then Anakin being the bomb really matters. But I'm not saying it's a bad choice. I'm just saying what I think about it. What else we got going on? Iden Verzo. Never used her, so I don't really know anything about what she's all about, what her Omicron's all about, so I can't really speak to that, but, you know, congratulations, I guess. Mara Jade. She's pretty decent, actually. I mean, just decent. She's not super great or anything, but she's decent. I'm talking about just her in general, not her Omicron. I've never used her Omicron yet. I don't think it would hurt, though. It's solid enough to have the Omicron on there, but I'm just saying, as a character, she's decent. So definitely continue working on her, get her to relic status, and yeah, she's just a decent enough option to have, pretty beefed up. Marin, don't know anything about her, but I know she's supposed to be like a game changer for the Night Sister squad, so I kind of want to work on her, but mine's sitting like at the same status as yours, only not even worked on. She's just 3-star, level 1, basic. What else we got going on? Anything impressive? I do see you got a whole bunch of characters down here that are kind of worked on for no reason. I never understand when people do this, why they do that. My recommendation would be just, if you're not going to work on them thoroughly, just leave them alone then. Don't worry about them. Like, you get this level 44 Jedi Consular. Okay, I can't pick on him because that's one of, like, your first characters you get. But let's say, I don't know, Sabine Wren. You know, she's level 66 over here. And she's only, like, what, gear 7? Like, what was the point? Or the Stap, however you say it. That's a new character. You put it to level 85, but for what? It's gear, it looks like it's, what, gear 1 still? Gear 2? Like, that was kind of a waste of your resources. Veteran Smuggler Han, okay, I would make fun of that, but maybe you're actually working towards SLKR now that I'm looking at it. I do see a lot of the requirements have been worked on. SLKR, Phasma, First Order Officer. But yeah, what else? Let's say Cassian. What did you work on Cassian for? He's only level 79. Like, I don't know. For me, I like to focus on one character at a time and get them nowadays to relic status. Before it was just a gear 12, now it's relic status. That's it, one at a time. So my roster does not have anything like this where there's, like, you know, random level 68s and 72s and all this just hanging out. They're all level 85 and they're all worked on towards relic. And I think that's just the best way to go about doing it. Makes the most sense, at least to me. Then what else you got down here? Yeah, these are just like some characters you unlocked. Rose Tico, she's worthless. Alright, now, the only other thing I could think of was suggestions on who to work on making beefier, I guess. So your top row's already pretty beefy. Can't really do much there. CLS. You have Han pretty strong. I'm trying to see if we got any other decent rebels. Chewie. Yeah, definitely work on these rebels. Hold on, let me just highlight them. Rebel. Oh wow, you got 3PO at Relic 7 too? Jeez, yeah, definitely. Get CLS to Relic 7, get Chewie to Relic 7, and 3PO and Chewie to Relic 7. Those top 5 right there in a row are a solid team. Like, you will have a very good squad right there for Grand Arena or Territory Wars, whatever. So get those guys beefed up. Like, make that almost like a priority. Who else do we got going on here? Oh yeah, Wampa. I already said that, but get Wampa beefed up. I mean, I'm looking at your Jedi. Let me see something else real quick too, because I see you have Luke. You got Jedi Knight Luke, which is, he's difficult enough to get himself, and then you have him Relic 7. But you don't really have a full squad to put him with. So I think you have Anakin beefed up, that's good. Get Jedi Knight Revan beefed up more. Do Hermit Yoda more. Get all those guys at least to Relic 7. And then, I don't know, maybe choose General Kenobi as like a tank. Get him to Relic 7. And then you'll have a pretty solid Jedi squad right there. What else do we got going on? Yeah, that's fine. Down here right away, these gear 12s, 3 of them I can see that you definitely need to get to relic status. Traya, Malik, and Grievous. Traya for the Omicron, great in Grand Arena. So I mean, Traya would be your third option to do it to get to relic status. I'd say out of these 3, do Malik first, then Grievous, then Traya. But definitely do it. Malik, he's just a super good tank for the Sith. So he might not have a ship or anything, but still super solid for the Sith. And he's a pain in the dick. The lower that his health gets, it's like the more defense he gains. So then it becomes more impossible to kill the more unhealthy he is. And then he can easily heal himself up. So not only is he a pain in the butt for the opponent, he's just great for you. And Grievous is all about health. So the higher his relics are, the better his mods are and everything. The more health he has, then the harder he's going to hit. Like right now, his health is terrible. Which, that's probably because he's only gear 12. Because I'm pretty sure this doesn't really start exploding until he hits relic status. Once you hit relic, then he gains health like crazy. And the higher his relic is, the more health he's gaining. Which again, the harder he's going to hit. Like right now, he probably seems worthless to you at gear 12 because he is. So get him to relic status though, and you'll have a very solid character. I already said the thing about Savage. Definitely get him beefed up more. Who else you got lingering at gear 12? Droideka, I mean, if you're gonna work on Grievous, you might as well work on Droideka as well. What do you have for Separatist droids? Let me do Separatist. Separatist. Okay, so you got the full... Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3... So you have the full squad of Separatist droids here. The only problem is B1. B1 needs a little bit more love, so that's going to take a while. You got to go 2 stars plus all that gear. And actually, he is sitting at gear 11. It's right there knocking on gear 12's door, but still at 2 stars, that's a lot of work. I'd say you could sub in Wat Tambor instead, but Wat Tambor also needs a lot of work too. He's only gear 10. So I don't know, something though that you could do, beef up your Separatist droids. It's not going to hurt anything. Those are some solid characters. Who else in here? I've already said Chief Chirpa before. I said General Grievous. Ahsoka Tano's decent. I mean, you could have her as like an alternate for a Jedi squad. And she's got a ship, so it doesn't hurt to have her beefier, so her ship is also beefier. Wicket, if you end up doing your Ewoks, get Wicket up. He's a pretty solid Ewok. Ooh, you have Nihilus? Yeah, definitely get Nihilus to relic status too. Unfortunately, I don't know the best way to mod Nihilus. What do you have going on? You're just doing health and speed. Yeah, I don't know what you need from Nihilus, but, you know, if you get Traya up and then you got Nihilus, that's a good combo. What else we got? Everything else is kind of just average, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Maybe Mara. I did mention Mara Jade before. Get her beefed up. You could do Ezra. Ezra's good for Jedi and Rebels. He's got a few utilities here. Good synergies. So, yeah, it's a pretty decent start. It's actually very decent for 4 million GP. I mean, geez. You got a whole bunch of Omicrons. You got a whole bunch of relic characters. This isn't a bad roster. I would just say, though, the next GL that you work towards would be SLKR, which it looks like you quite possibly are. And I just suggest him because he's easily one of the best and probably one of the easiest to farm up and everything. Like, I'm thinking of the other ones. Rey, you could do Rey. She's just as easy as SLKR. The only problem is Rey needs, like, worthless characters, though, like Rose Tico. Nobody uses Rose. She's absolutely worthless. Or who else? You got... Well, you already have C, but then there's also Jedi Master Luke. Well, you do have Jedi Knight Luke. I know that was one of the pain requirements, so you could go after Jedi Knight Luke. I mean, Jedi Master Luke. Then what else? Then they get the next bracket. That's Lord Vader and Kenobi. They're both way too hard for someone at your game level. I mean, let's put it this way. I'm basically at 9,126,000. Like, you're at 4,126,000. And I still find the path for Lord Vader to be too much work. So, needs a lot of Relic 8s. Needs a lot of characters that I just never really start up. So, it's a lot of investment if I were to go after him. And then there's Jabba and Leia. And I would say, if you can, go after Jabba. Jabba is a very solid character. He's been pretty awesome for me. He's helped me through events that I've been gated behind prior. But, at the same time, you are 4 million GP, so just go after SLKR. Alright, now all that's out of the way for characters, so let's take a look at ships. Actually, this doesn't really tell me anything, because ships are kind of just stale compared to characters. Oh, what do you got for... Well, you do have things extra. Oh, yeah, duh. Who cares about your ships? You're in 11th in Squad Arena. There's nothing to talk about here. You got the ships mastered. I mean, what do you got? Bounty Hunters. Where are they at? Oh, yeah, they're all relic. The only thing I'd say is maybe get a Mando over here a little bit higher in the relics. That way then his ship is going to be more beefy, too. And maybe do Boss, because that way then the Hound's Tooth's a little bit stronger. But at the end of the day, you're still sitting at rank 11. Like, I don't think those power ratings are really harming anything. Cargo. What are you using as backup? See, what I use, I went to Cargo because I use the Ebon Hawk, but you don't have the Ebon Hawk. And then when I finally have the ship to 7-star, I'm going to throw in a Plo Koon's ship just for, like, heals and stuff. But what are you using as your reinforcements? to help you be rank 11. Maybe it's something I gotta try. So then I can hit rank 11 instead of 38 or whatever I currently am. And then, whoa, I can click on this? Alright, cool. Okay, this is you. That's me. But yeah, so I was right with the chromium, yeah, and then bronzium and carbonite. So yeah, you're right in the middle. You're, what was it though? You're at 4? Yeah. Oh, you're chromium 2. Never mind. So you're almost a rhodium. There you go. Not bad. A rhodium's alright. Like, I'm technically in Kyber right now, but I don't want to be in Kyber. I want to be in a rhodium. Kyber's a pain in the butt. Once you just set way too many defenses, then that doesn't leave enough squads for you, and ugh, it's annoying. A rhodium is perfect. That's where I want to be. A rhodium 5 or, 1 or 2. Good enough. So yeah, you're working your way up. That's pretty good. I mean, it makes sense though. Like I said, you got a lot of relic characters. You got 1 GL, which if you don't put your GL on defense, that means you have it for offense. So that's solid. You got this pain in the dick ship, rank 11, which means either A, you can keep it on offense and tear something up, or B, you put it on defense and now your enemy is stuck and they can't get by. So yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't really know what else to talk about. Just kind of looked at it, tried to give you some insights. If there's anything I'm missing, you want anything more, let me know in the comments and I can, I don't know, redo this or reply there or something. I don't know. So thanks for the request. Thanks for the video idea. Slightly different content for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this and hopefully you stick around for whatever I make in the future. And yeah, until then, see ya.